Hello, Tom, aka Gedeon, here for Star Frontiers Gamer, and it's another Frontiersman Friday, episode number 9. Therefore, we are doing Star Frontiersman number 9. I haven't made a mistake with this counting system yet. So great cover. It looks like just somebody photoshopped a bunch of elements together, but it's still a nice cover. Drew you in, liked it. And getting right into the issue, we have Skilled Frontier. This would have been one of my main takeaways from this particular issue. I have come back to this issue time and again because of this article. A Skilled Frontier changes up the Alphadon skill system. I used to be a massive fan of A Skilled Frontier, and I would mix it with an article coming in the next issue, which is Spacer Skills Revisited. But this particular skill system does you have a primary skill area, a PSA, a secondary. You have 2 secondary skill areas. So your primary skill area, you advance in those skills the fastest. You have 2 secondary skill areas. You will advance in those skills, not as fast as primary, but not as bad as the next option, which is tertiary. Everything that is not secondary or primary is tertiary. And so those are the skills you advance the slowest. And to me, it felt like this skill system, this fan-based skill system, alleviated some of the problems that I felt were there with the Alphadon rule system. And for years, I was like, Skilled Frontier, Skilled Frontier, Skilled Frontier was my mantra. And I love this. Now, I have reached a point where I'm done with it. And that point is that I got tired of it trying to explain it to people, because it's not, I figured it out. Initially, when I read it, I was a little confused, but eventually I got it figured out. And then I was like, oh, this is great. I don't think it's well written. I think there's something about how it's written that people would just get hung up on it. And I got tired of explaining this. And inevitably, people would, I'd explain it, people would make mistakes with their character. And so I got tired as a game master of trying to explain this. I think the system's good, but I'm kind of done with it at this point. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just go back to old tried and true. And now I just use the Alphadon skill system. And damn the torpedoes, full steam ahead on that one. So that's where I'm at. I think it's a great system if you can figure it out. But apparently it's one of those things. I think there's just some issue about how it's written that hangs people up. And so I think it's a great article. And like I said, I've come back to this thing, and for years I was a proponent of this. I was an apologist for A Skilled Frontier. I think it's a great article by Bill Logan. Then at the end of the article here, you have this headset computer, little piece of equipment designed by Will Sines. I don't know if I like it. It's priced. It's instead of $100 Chronicom, I'm going to pay 100 credit Chronicom. I'm going to pay 10,500 credits for this thing. It just feels like it's overpriced and out of alignment with other equipment. So the idea is kind of cool, the headset computer. I just don't think I'm down with it. And then this Norelco Speed Razor T22.A. This is kind of like a parody. It's kind of a joke. I mean, look at the mass on it, 25 kilograms. Oh, excuse me, 25 grams. So it's about a quarter. So in other words, the mass is NA, because we just don't calculate mass for things that weigh like 25 grams. Artisan Skills PSA by Kevin Smoot. This is completely different than the Skilled Frontier. The Artisan Skill PSA is Artisan Skill added to the Alpha Dawn mechanic, skill system. That's all it is. I think this is a pretty. I've read this and I've used this. I think it's a half decent. Well, no, I don't want to say half decent. This is a decent, write up. This is a decent strap on for the Alpha Dawn skill system. And down here at the end of the article, you've got this little box here for a robot, ROP Robotics, the RR41 Fury. I just now noticed a problem with this. Now I know that I've slotted this guy into my my spreadsheet of all robots ever created for the Frontier, but I'm looking at him now and I'm spotting a problem. He is a type 2. Nope, level 3. My bad. I saw type 2 here at battery, and my brain translated that into level 2. He is a level 3 combat robot. So he is correct, because if he was a level 2, then this attack of 60 would be incorrect. But it is correct. So I retract my statement that there's a problem. So I don't know about this layout here. I mean, at the end of the article, you then they shoehorn in this robot stat block here, and then a random picture of a ship, and I just don't know what's going on with that. So there's a great gaming resources. It's a bunch of gaming resources on the web. Some of these are still valid. RPG Now, Drive Through RPG is on here, but this is from 2008, so we're not going to spend any time on that. Next, you get plants named Skree. This is a new wrinkle. This is a sapient species that are a plant. So interesting, different alien. I don't know why there are Yazarian illustrations in this article, but there are. Destiny Run is a little bit of fiction, and that is to set you up for powered battle suits. So the fiction's to whet your appetite, and then there's rules for power armor, which Star Frontiers didn't have. Here's the first attempt at creating it for the game. I never had a game. Power armor just contributes to power creep, the problem of power creep. I've never run a game with power armor. So, I've never read these rules closely. I've skimmed them, never read them. I can't tell you anything about them. I just have not used them. Okay, what I can tell you is when you get to the bottom of the article, there's some great illustrations. There are some character sheets for the battle suit. This one is humanoid in shape. This one is Vrusk in shape. And then we get to the next one. I'll ride up with wear. Additional suits for Star Frontiers. So it's more equipment, powered sky suit, ship suit, the articulated combat vehicle. This is almost a different. There's almost a different treatment about powered suits here. But it's a different author, and they've included both in the same, magazine. Flak armor is interesting. You have a ride report. This is by Shadow Shack. He's big time into motorcycles anyway. So you have the Streel Hyundai LR 900V ride report, and it's discussing a particular company producing hover cycles within the Frontier. And you get some stat blocks here for this is something else entirely. You've got shotguns. So the layout's a little confusing here, but you've got a treatment for shotguns, and then types of shotguns: single barrel, double barrel shot off, pump action. So they're attempting to be very thorough. The Warmonger shotgun, automatic, magazine, or belt fed. Yeah, that sounds like fun. And then this is a great addition to the Frontier by Tom Stevens. It's the Jump Tug. So this would be the vehicle that would go out and pick up stranded ships and haul them back to port. So this is an excellent idea. With some deck plans, we never mind. We're never opposed to good deck plans. And Nighthawk stats, very good job by Tom Stevens. Clash by Night is some fiction. Will Signs again. CJ Williams chimes in with Adventure Pets. So you get some discussion here on who role plays the pet, the animal in combat, rules to cover it, and then we get some stat blocks. Unfortunately, no images to go with these, but you have some stat blocks and some descriptions included. And so these are, everybody wants to have their AD&D war dog, right? There's some great options here. You got the Fraser Wolf. It's a battle primate. Let me see. The Battle Hawk, the Kakra. Lanka is a feline battle mount, large carnivore. So some options here for, they've recycled the Loper from Volturnus, from the Volturnus campaign. Did up some stats, so that's included in here. You don't have to go looking for it in the Crash on Volturnus or the Volturnus Planet of Mystery modules. And then they have included this picture, so I'm assuming that they've included this as one of these creatures. And you'd probably have to read the description to figure out which one. They then cover food and cleaning, animal trainer skill set, and animal trainer skill has been presented as if it's part of the Alphadon skill system. So not bad. I'm cool with that. Great article. That would be a big takeaway for me, because I know some players want that option. And you never know. I might be one of those players at some point in the future. Now, basically speaking, is written by Richard Shadowshack, and it's a game report. He ran a game called it was like the basic game. You know how the Alphadon set has the basic rules and the advanced rules. Well, he ran a game called based off of the basic game rules. And this is his game report from that. Illustration from him and some of his artwork. And then we get random locations, small office, and some author's notes on this. And then the classifieds. Now, this is a short. The issues were growing and growing and growing and growing. And I think Bill Logan was getting burnt out with that. And that this is a new editor editing this issue, Greg Rapp. And he kept it down to 54 pages, which I think was wise. Tom and I intentionally kept the Frontier Explorer to a manageable size of approximately somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 pages. And, and that was one, so it didn't balloon out of control and we get swamped and overwhelmed, because sometimes the layout guy, can have a job putting everything in layout. And you just, you let these things blow up to 70 pages, 80 pages. People are perfectly happy with a good 40 page, 42 page, 46 page fan magazine. It feels like the right size. So this particular issue has shrunk back down to what I would consider close to a reasonable size. And so that's a good thing. So this will be a fast video, and it has the classifieds I always gas bag about. But Star Frontiersman 9. It was a personal favorite for a long time, until I just decided I'd had enough of the of trying to explain a skilled frontier. I'm back to using Alphadon. Simple, it's easy, and I don't have to explain it. So for playing an online game, it's for me, it's the way I go. But Still a lot of good content in here. I've always thought the plant species of alien, sapient alien, was a great addition to the frontier. Never actually used it, but I always thought it was a good idea. So great, great issue. One I've referred to again and again and again over the years. So this is Tom for Star Frontiers Gamer, and I will. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks to my subscribers. You guys are great, and I will see you in the frontier.